In today's video, I will be turning your favorite Italian Brainrot characters into mascots from a horror game. And in the end of this video, I will have the most brainrotted person that I know try out these games and rate them. Man, what am I doing with my life? Anyways, this is Bobrito Bandito, and according to the Brainrot Wikipedia, yes, this is a real website, Bobrito Bandito is an outlaw in the Brainrot world. He's a beaver that outgrew his dam building days and took up a life of crime. Yeah, this is so stupid. Now that we have the first part of the lore figured out, let's start with creating a project. I found this model of Bobrito on Sketchfab and imported him into Blender to add my own horror elements to him. Perfection. Also, I'm only giving myself around one day to make each game in this video, so I will be using every tool possible to make these games quicker. So I imported him into Mixamo and picked some animations. He needed to be able to walk, sprint, and obviously shoot a machine gun. Don't worry, this will be important later. Since Bobrito is an underground crime lord, and totally not because I mistook Bobrito for being a mole instead of a beaver, I downloaded some underground assets to make a tunnel system where he could smuggle his suspicious white powders. Creatine, some may say. I started off with making the environment extremely dark and giving the player some movement and a flashlight. Then I messed around with the post-processing to give the game a creepy and scary feel. It was then time to import Bobrito and of course give him his Tommy gun. After a few game-breaking glitches allowing Bobrito to walk through the floor, he eventually learned how to walk around the map. I wanted the jump scare of this game to be Bobrito executing the player for stealing, so I added a shooting animation and some normal Tommy gun sound effects. But this is too boring, so I went out of my way to research how to make my own Brainrot sounds, and using some TikTok tutorials, I made this. Yeah, that's perfect. The story behind this game is that you are a detective that is working to take down Bobrito's mafia organization. You end up in an underground layer where the giant Bobrito is guarding his suspicious white powder stash. You walk around the map trying to collect all the powder without getting seen by the beaver, because if you do, then this comes running towards you.
Bobrito bandito.
Bobrito bandito?
Bobrito
bandito?
bandito.
Oi 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 oi. Burr 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 burr. I think I'm going crazy. As you guess you saw, that was my first time playing the game, and I think my brain is starting to rot away. Anyways, back to the story. When you collected all the powder, you need to find the secret tunnel and crawl your way to safety. And look, I made this crawl animation. I'm pretty proud of it myself, to be honest. It's been a while now since Brainrot has been popular, so if you guys even still care about Brainrot, then please let me know what your favorite Brainrot character is in the comments. Next up is
Trippi troppi. Troppa trippa.
Troppi doesn't have that much lore to him, so I'm gonna make it all up myself. But before any lore thinking, I found and imported this map of a Viking town into Unity Asset Store and messed around a bit with the skybox and the post-processing to make the game feel extra creepy. Then I added the main man. This is Troppi. He's half bear, half fish. But currently, when I press play, he's just standing there, menacingly. So I tried using Mixamo as always to add some animations, but because this guy is shaped so weirdly, it didn't work. Therefore, I had to open up Trippi in Blender and make this beautiful walk animation. If you guys remember my animations from previous videos, then you know this is my finest work. But when I added the walk animation to the game, it looked fine, and even pretty creepy when it was chasing you. So I think it was a success. When it comes to the Trippi meme, there's actually two kinds of Brainrot characters named Trippi. The other one is a half fish, half cat hybrid, so I added him to the game as well. I made it so Trippi will be walking around the map, and after a few seconds, he will randomly spawn a random amount of little babies. These babies are like heat-seeking missiles that will go straight for the player wherever you are. I also added a bit of a camera shake every time you get caught by the babies to make the jump scare feel actually scary. Now for the actual gameplay loop. You are in the Viking age and an ancient beast has came to your land. It's about to turn winter, so the food supplies are running really low, and worst of all, the beast is stealing what's left of it. Everyone has evacuated the city but has nowhere to go. Therefore you decide to poison all the fish that the beast is stealing in order to kill the beast. You will walk around the map to all the fish buckets and poison them. While walking around the map, Trippi will be sending out babies to try and catch you, and if he finds you, he will start chasing you around the map and eventually eat you alive. If you manage to poison all 5 of the fish buckets, you can return to the boat you arrived on and escape. Now that these two games are done, it's time for this woman to try out these games.
So scared.
To spare you with the details, she gave the first game a 5 out of 10 on a scary factor and Trippi a 6. I only gave myself one day to make these games, hence the questionable quality and gameplay loop, but I'm currently working a couple of much more better videos, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, check out this video of me making the hardest survival game ever. Anyways, bye.